When you think of a veggie farmer, you think of somebody covered in dirt, but here at Beylick Farms, you're hard-pressed to find any dirt around. Scott, you guys do things a little differently here. Tell me what you got going on.
Well, one, we grow hydroponically, and we grow on coconut fiber.
So no dirt anywhere?
No dirt. The reason why we use the coconut fiber is the fiber is very dense. The key in finding a medium for the roots to grow in is to look for something that's going to hold water and that's going to hold air.
Scott, these plants look pretty full grown to me, but you're saying that they're small, they're just young plants.
Yeah, these are like teenagers, so they're only about 2 months old. The longest it will keep a tomato plant's about 10 months. The whole job of a tomato plant or any fruiting plant is to reproduce. Right. So it's reproducing the seed, that's what we end up eating is the fruit. But once the plant starts to set and starts developing fruit, the plant drastically slows down. So now these are only pushing about 6 inches a week.
Oh yeah, this is fun, Scott. I like this job.
Yeah, my kids really haven't figured out it's here yet. So as you see, the plant's down below, and as the plant grows up...
You're basically training it.
We're training it. We're gonna clip the tomato plant to the string. So if you open up the clip, there's a little lock that's gonna lock it on the string.
And then how tall will this actually get?
The plant will continue and reach all the way up to the top of the, to the wire. When it reaches the top wire, we'll unhook that hook. And you can see there's a lot of string bound up on it. We'll let out the string and actually start laying the plant down horizontally. So these plants will run up to about 30 feet long when we're finished.
And look how much fruit there is. It's so heavy too, it's so heavy. Can I try some of these different varieties? I'm really eager to taste them. Scott, these are those Persian or Israeli cucumbers. I love using them, but it's so hot and humid in here. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, the cucumber plant likes it a lot hotter. Tomato plant, we like to keep it cooler, 70, 72. Cucumber plant will run up to 80, 84 degrees. And humid. I mean, it's really humid. It's almost like
feels like the worst summer day ever.
Sauna.
It's sauna, hot steamer.
Sauna and just...
Let's get the cucumbers quick.
Right,
get out of here.
Let's go.
So Scott, you got yourself a sous chef, I see.
Who is this? Chef. This is my wife, Laura.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
Well, I'm excited because we're going to use everything that we picked today. And what are you going to make with what we picked?
Well, we're going to make bruschetta.
I'm going to cook some salmon, and I'm going to make a cucumber sauce using the cucumbers we picked. And then I'm also going to make a gazpacho using the tomatoes and the cucumbers and some peppers. So I'm just seasoning my water with celery, shallots, and I'm gonna add some carrots to the water. And this is a great trick. These are really handy when you're just doing a poaching liquid or some kind of broth. They're really easy, they're already peeled. So Laura, how fine are you chopping those tomatoes?
Apparently we are finely chopping.
Finely chopped, very finely. But it has to sit on a piece of bread, so you can't have if it's too big, they fall off. Well, I'm just gonna shred the cucumber for the cucumber sauce for the salmon. And this is such an easy dish. And I love your cucumbers because you don't have to peel them. All you have to do is give them a rinse off. That's like 2 small cucumbers. And then to that, I'm gonna add a little bit of yogurt. And this is that thick Greek yogurt. And then I'm just gonna put the lemon juice in there. And I'm gonna add a little bit of mayonnaise, actually. Not too much, just a little bit. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of black pepper here. And I'm almost done. What's going on with your
Okay, so we heated up the oil. We heated up the pan really hot first, put a little bit of olive oil in there, and put the garlic in. And we've fused the garlic flavor into the olive oil.
Okay.
So now we're gonna dump it off and chill it off on a bed of ice.
As soon as it cools down, you'll be ready to throw it all together then, right? And Laura, what do you still have to do?
I guess I need to chop basil.
So for my gazpacho, basically, there are several sort of key ingredients to a gazpacho. It's green pepper, garlic, tomatoes, obviously, and then you use a little bit of toasted or stale bread, which I have here. So all I have to do is kind of cut it into pieces that are good for the blender. And I'm gonna put some lemon juice in there. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar, and because traditionally gazpacho is kind of acidic, and it's the acidity of it that makes it so refreshing, and that's gonna pair really nice with the sweetness of that Japanese tomato. So I'm just gonna use 1 clove of garlic here, or I just need a small green pepper. And I'm actually gonna add a little spice with a jalapeno. I think that adds a really nice, yeah. And you guys are gonna start putting yours together because it looks like this, like this is ready to go. It's kind of cold now.
Yep.
All right, so
we're gonna put the basil in.
All right, I'm gonna go blend this up.
Okay. So we're gonna mix the basil and the tomatoes.
All the tomatoes?
All the tomatoes. Okay. I like to use a little balsamic. Little drizzle of balsamic in there.
So you guys are ready with your bruschetta. Do you have the bread? And this is the bread you're going to use for it?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
So we can slice that up and we'll get that toasted away.
And I'm just going to slip the salmon into the poaching liquid now. Oh, that bread looks really nice.
It does look nice.
You guys are ready to plate up your bruschetta then? So those are the plum tomatoes you used, right?
These are plum tomatoes, yeah. If you want to drizzle a hair of balsamic over that.
And as soon as the poached salmon comes out of the water, I think we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah, I definitely want some of that. And it's really cool. We used almost all the product from your farm. We used the tomatoes in the gazpacho, the tomatoes on the bruschetta, the cucumbers in this sauce. Let's eat. Thanks so much for having me.